Hi everybody, this is light language transmission. We're going to receive light codes through the artworks and other creations. The other creations are containing light codes as part of the Greater Light Code project or the master painting. This transmission carries on from the previous transmissions, and it's focused mainly around the Lionsgate portal, the ascension and manifestation codes coming through from the Sirius, which is a spiritual sun, and through our sun. So this sun here represents that sun energy. I've got more creations popping up with light codes in as part of this transmission, and I'm aware that this will also bring in another transmission as the codes come into those creations. There's also a card reading as part of this with incredible synchronicity or God incidents, let's just say. So in the last transmission, I explained that this bird was coming out through, it's like a cosmic bird, an energetic bird coming out through the portal, containing all of the light codes of that shore area, the shore and the sun. So if you put it here, you can see it is the painting behind it matches the same colors in the same places. This is bringing through those cosmic light code energies into physical reality, where it can actually land on that beach that I was speaking about in the last transmission. Atatati takatati takatakato koto toko koko koko. Akatati tatati takatakato koko koko. Akatati tati tatati ti 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 ti. And you can see it's on a foundation of love. This silver represents the platinum or the divine feminine energies, divine feminine ray. Akatati takata koto koko koto koko koto koko koko. Akatatati takakato koko koko. Akatati tatatati tatatati takato koko. Akatati tatatati takata kakaka. Akatati tatati takataka koko koko koko. Akatati ta 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 ta, really feeling that in the heart, but also in the sternum, which is really like your bony shield that protects your heart. Akatati ta ka ta ka ka ka, it's almost like that heart shield dissolving. Akatati ta ka 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 ka. I'm feeling the bones of the neck, at the back of the neck. Akatata ta ta ta, also upgrading, turning to spirit, you know, like dissolving, becoming less physical. Then also the pelvic bones, the crown opening, energy pouring into the bones, down into the bones, the femur, but especially that sternum and the ribs, and the neck, can feel it in the ankles. Akatati tatati takatakaka akatakaka kokokokoko akatatati tatakataka tokokokokoko akatati takaka tokokokoko tokokokoko akatati takatatati takatakaka kokokokoko akatatata. Yeah, really activating those shins, the feet bones. Akatatatatatatati takatokokokokoko akatatati takataka akatatatati takakatokokoko akatatatati takakatokoko akatatati takatakakokoko akatatatata. Yeah, so really feel an embodiment there, like a coming in of those energies through the crown and really settling into the bones of the body and down into the earth. So during this last week, I was expecting that the sky might have cleared up some of its dark clouds. That hasn't happened. The next stage that was most important was this one. So we're still processing and letting go of those old ways of thinking or those traumas that we haven't quite cleared yet. This will be in the next transmission. But what has come through has been a really big emphasis on the masculine. So not the divine masculine, the masculine within all of us, the 3D masculine. So I was feeling that the neck on the right hand side, which is the masculine side, was rigid, and it wasn't releasing its programming and its way of thinking, its perspective, in order to say yes and no to the correct things, to the things that are aligned to soul. And I thought that that was something that would be coming through in this transmission, and it is. So over the last week, what's happened, I have physically gone down to the beach, not in my conscious awareness connecting it all to this painting until I got home. But when I was on the beach, it was not a very hot day. It was only about 19 degrees when I was at the beach. But the sun was in this position along the beach. And the tide was really, really long. It was a really, really long beach. So when I got there, the sand was up to here. And over the 3 hours I was there, the tide came right in up to about here. And I feel this is representing the stages of the tide coming in a similar way to as the light codes come in, they're coming in stages. We integrate a stage and then the next wave comes in. We integrate that stage and the next wave comes in. So whereas this was over 3 hours, it might be more like 3 months that these energies are really coming into shore where we can touch them, feel them, coming to us, delivering the changes in the real physical world. So the interesting thing there was I also didn't realize how strong the sun was, being 19 degrees. And I'm surprised at that, but I didn't put any sun protection on. And I think this is symbolic of the fact that these codes coming in right now are very, very strong. I got sunburnt down the right side. Now again, the right side is the masculine, and the worst place I was sunburnt was at that neck area that was stuck in the last transmission. So this is really about bringing that masculine within us into our conscious awareness. When we have something like that happen, it brings it to our awareness, any pain or injuries or anything like that. Now it was sunburn, and there is a significance to every single thing that happens to your body and where it happens to, or even your vehicle or your car. I'll put a link to the book below that describes what that is. But our focus at the moment is on this shoreline. So this is where the etheric meets the physical, the emotional, water is emotions, meets the earth, the material plane. And we're bringing higher consciousness, higher programs, higher missions into physical reality. Therefore, actually physically going to the beach and getting physically sunburnt down my right side was very much a metaphor for that. So what I've noticed since then, since bringing that the consciousness of the masculine patternings to my awareness, is that when we're starting a new venture, this Lionsgate is new ventures, new starts, new loves, new careers, new ways of earning money, new missions. The masculine side of that wants to know how. It wants to know how, when, why, what. And you might have been experiencing after the last transmission anything down the right hand side of your body, like stiff joints or aches or muscle aches. And you can refer to that book as to what they signify. For me, it's been the right knee. Now, the right knee is flexibility in moving forward. So if your mind and perceptions and beliefs making you think you have to move forward in a particular way, or something has to look a particular way for it to be successful, then you will get a stiff joint or problems in that knee on the right. And the sunburn itself means you're not, you're only looking at the surface level, you're not looking underneath the surface. I also believe it means that the light codes coming from the sun are much stronger and more powerful and have a much more tangible effect than you think they might. So what that all amounts to is that we really need to look at those underlying perceived ideas that are stopping us from being flexible in moving forward and saying yes and no correctly to the things that are aligned to us or are not aligned to us, and to our new way of being that this portal is moving us forward into. Atatati takataka katoko ko. Akatati takatati takataka toko ko. Akatati tatati takataka takataka katoko. Akatati tatati takataka ko. And what I found is if I really listened to the concerns of the masculine aspect of myself, the doing aspect, the one that wants to be active, that wants to move things forward, that wants to make things happen, that want to reach the goal, that wants to protect and support in terms of the self or the family or the responsibilities, that wants to really ground all of this, that wants to be conscious of what's coming and how to do it. When I listen to the needs of that and the fears of that, why do you need to know? And here's an example of a way to do that. The masculine side wants to know, are we going to be able to pay the bills each month in the future? The feminine might be saying, we're fine right now. Just live in the present moment. We've got what we need right now. But the masculine saying, but we need to prepare for the future. This is an example. So the masculine side, if you can give it what it needs, which is to say, well, look, we have all of these skills that can bring money in. We can activate those quickly in this way when we need to. We would need to do this much of those in order to meet the current bills at the current level that we have. Then I feel the masculine, when it understands that, relax. And as that relaxes and lets go, then the feminine, the left side of the body, the feminine side of the body, drops in, it comes into embodiment, and then they can work together as a unity, as a co-creation. So it's not saying ignore the masculine, it's just making the masculine side, the active, the doing, the slave driver kind of side, to relax enough to open up to, right, we're safe, there are ways to do it, we can meet those needs that the masculine wants to meet, and it allows it to relax enough to open to new possibilities and new ways that might come in beyond that structured, logical, strategic planning. Because whilst you're planning, if you're not open to those changes and shifts coming in from spirit and the intuitive knowing, then you're limiting yourself, and you're limiting to yourself based on what you already know, based on what you've been taught, based on old 3D reality. But we're shifting up, we're ascending. So that needs to relax, it needs to release, to allow the out of left field, the things that you haven't even conceptualized yet, to have somewhere to land and to embody. So yeah, that enables the feminine, the intuitive, the receptive to land on the shore as well. So as that happened, whilst I was at the beach, I found these are earrings. I've been drawn to these earrings for a long time. I could never find any. I saw someone wearing some once, could never find any. It was a long time ago. But then, so I found those the day I went to the beach. But what I'm doing now, or what's relevant now, is that I've looped them together so that they're like a love heart infinity. They're looped together. They're part of the same, they're co-creating. And at the same time as that, I was guided to create this clay sculpture. And as you can see, it's the masculine and feminine together as one. In the previous transmission, we're talking about soul family coming in. We're talking about soulmates coming together romantically as well, and twin flames with the third energy, which is the co-creative energy. It's the place where they're merged higher up the ray, coming in and embodying to a further deeper level than what you're at before. And this, as we're bringing this into physical reality onto the shore, I'm also bringing that aspect into a physical structure, which is this sculpture. So the masculine and the feminine, they're one, and their arms are looped in a hug in the same way as the earrings. So they are one process, two bodies, one process. They're acting as one. And then the base that they will be standing on, it's like their footprint is going to be a love heart, and each of their bodies is one half of that love heart. So together, their footprint or their imprint on the world is a single love heart. And as I'm making these paintings and these sculptures, I am very, very conscious of holding the energy of the twin flame third energy when I'm creating them, and I can feel my twin flames energy contributing. I can feel it responding as well to what comes through. I can feel the heart expansion when I create these things. Okay, so that feels like I can feel this really activated, vibrant energy with light codes right through the bones and the energy field. What we're going to do now is move on to the cards that came through. So the first one is the Two of Earth. This came through directly after the last transmission, and so did this one, the Nine of Earth. So these are one process. After I went to the beach and got sunburnt, this one came through in another pack. So this is the Shapeshifters pack, and the other one is the Good Tarot. So let's do the reading now. So the first card is the Two of Earth. So this is about balance between work and play. It says pleasurable work, adaptability, balance between work and play. My efforts bring me joy. Play and work are not separate because what I'm doing is actually fun. If conditions change, I can switch gears easily. I'm fully present in the excitement of creativity and am eager to experience the surprises that occur when seeds I've planted take root, sprout, and develop in unexpected ways. This is a time for flexibility and trust in how the universe will shape what is coming into being. One way or another, my dreams manifest in the material world, which is exactly what we're doing. And I love how the colour of these earth cards match that shore that is in the painting. And of course the two of earth, she's got two pentacles, she's got the masculine and the feminine sides, and she's balancing those, she's listening to both, and that is what manifests it in physical reality. You're bringing that spirit, you're receiving it, you're grounding it through your emotions and through your physical vessel in inspired action, and creating what you're inspired to do, which is your mission, which you enjoy. You're always going to enjoy it when it is your mission. And I often find that it's not until I'm aware of my enjoyment of something, how much I'm enjoying something, going, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It doesn't need to be hard. I just need to let myself do this. But it is difficult if you have the voices of your ancestors in your society and everyone other's plans for you that you've grown up with in your head saying that's not real. It's not going to support you. You need to do this. But when you really can feel that enjoyment, that's when you know this is what I need to follow. This is my calling. This is my purpose. This is my bliss. And when you're doing anything from that place, you're changing the vibration of the planet, because you're changing the vibration of yourself. You're changing the vibration of your day. You're stepping into a higher vibration of joy, of enjoyment, of joy. And when you're in your joy, you're literally anchoring. You're living through your heart, and you are anchoring higher aspects of yourself. The more you are in that joy, the more you are doing things you enjoy. And the more you're grounding that in, the more you're making it part of your reality. If you can make sure you do a little bit every day, then that's going to grow. The more you focus on it, the more it grows. The more time you will gradually get to spend on it, and the more it will start to have an effect in every aspect of your life. So the next one is Nine of Earth. Discipline, self-reliance, reliable resources, restraint and self-control, the final stone placed in the foundation. So this is Nine of Earth. So 9 is at the end. You've been through all aspects of building and creating your foundations in the area that you want to bound off, in what you want to create in this world, how you want your life to be. So this is the final stone in the foundation. And to get there, you've had to learn a lot of self-mastery. You've had to really hone and refine what it is that you're creating. I know I can rely on myself and spirit. There are many tools at my disposal, and I use my resources wisely, solidifying the foundations of my security in the material world. I'm diligent and disciplined, focused on completing the work I began long ago. I stick to my program, trusting that the plan is unfolding before me exactly as Spirit intended. So though the planning and the following through and the creating security in the material world is a masculine aspect of ourselves, it's inspired action because you're following it exactly as Spirit intended. You're taking in that information that this is what I enjoy. This is what my soul purpose is. I can feel it when I'm doing it. It feels different within me to when I'm doing something because I think I'm going to enjoy it, or because I think it's going to provide the security I need, and pay the bills. I'm following those steps of what I can feel that I want to commit to. And I'm not giving up when it gets hard. I'm opening up to solutions from spirit or from my community as there becomes a requirement as I hit challenges. And in this way, I am putting that final stone in that foundation. I feel like crying now. I feel so much emotion as the truth of that moves through my throat. It feels like this is a culmination of what you've been working on your whole life. There's a portal coming up on Sunday, that's tomorrow, the 13th of August 2023. If you're listening to this transmission any other time, this is still relevant to you. But at the moment, there is extra support, an extra little mini portal within this Lionsgate portal, which Lionsgate's still got about another week to go, I think, before it completely closes. And then on the 16th, we have the closing portal. So we've got a 3-day portal, and this is all around the Venus star point, and the so Venus is about love, creation, and money. So this feels very, very relevant. So yeah, really the anchoring of love, money, and your creative flow, what you are creating, manifestation in the material world. So the last card, and this is from the Shapeshifter deck, so this came in just after the visit to the beach, is Sacred Beetle Armor. You have a mighty shield. At first I didn't, as I was looking at this, I didn't resonate because I don't put up energetic shields. I have always worked as brightening my inner light because as my to form my boundaries, because that is impermeable. Nothing can come in through that expanded essence, expanded power. It's like more of a reinforcement of my own power rather than putting up a shield to protect me against something that could come in and hurt me, which would then be acknowledging that something could come in and hurt me, which I don't believe it can, because I believe my energy is stronger. So when I first saw this, you have a mighty shield, I thought, this doesn't resonate with me. But then I read it. A protective psychic shield must be developed, maintained, and recreated at this time. This is also a time for correct protective layers of clothing, sun lotion, and other helpful barriers between you and something potentially out of balance. So I see that actually as agreeing with me. My shield is my strengthened sense of self, my strengthened, expanded soul essence that's impermeable. But I do need sun lotion when I go down the beach, right? So this actually is very relevant to the painting and to what happened when I went to that beach physically. It's a time to put in place a morning of clearing energy, then a creation of a shield. Many times the shapeshifters say shields are not healthy. They mask an unstable core. They protect something that is unhealthy on the inside. You must take time to rebuild your energy from the inside out. Start with your inner self. Each day, as the first thing you do upon rising, visualize a glowing inner flame, growing bright and strong. Send it throughout your body, its flame burning through the debris or difficulty you may be storing within. Then move through water. See the sacred waters cleansing your every cell, washing you clean. refreshing and hydrating your spiritual self, quenching that spiritual thirst and any kind of dehydration on a physical and emotional level. So this is obviously, again, these waters, these cleansing waters that came through in the last transmission, that these waters, they're cleansing you. They're also hydrating you on the energy levels. Then work with the element of air. Breathe out all you wish to release as you breathe in. See that you are becoming flowing, and through the breath, refreshing and energizing your thoughts and ideas. So for me, this is the clouds. This is the air element. We're breathing out. We're clearing away those dark clouds, any traumas or things that are still sitting there unforgiven, or self-criticism. And finally, see the crystal heart of Gaia shining through your every cell. This mineral, earthly energy radiating its sustenance to your every cell. Keep breathing and see forming around you a unique protective layer of wings and bright carapace, shimmering and delicate, light as a feather, immensely strong and impenetrable. So this is the bird that I created. This is a living osmotic shield, a field that breathes and expels toxins. It allows in what is needed and best for you, and filters and dissolves anything that would harm you or impede you on your journey. Atatia katatia tokoko akatatia atia akakatokoko. Akata ia takoko kokotia akata akatitaka a. Ata iataka o toko toko ata iataka a. Ata iakata itakatoko akata ia ataka. Iata akato o. Iata akata iataka a. Iataka o kokokokokoko. Iata akatatata. Iata akataka. Iata akatatata. Iata atokoko. Iata ia atoko. Iata ia akataka tikaka. Iata ia kako atatata iakata. Iata akakatia akotoko. Iata iataka akotoko koko. I'm seeing that orange, that apricot-y, orangey, sunshiny, atatata, marigolds, golden colour. Atata iatoko, akata iataka, atata iakata iatakata, iakata koko, ate iatata tiatokoko, iatata tiakato, iatata iataka, iatato atititi tiatoko a, iatata iatoko, iata atata iataka, atata iakata ia atoko, ia iatoko ko atata iaka, iatakakaka. I'm seeing a dragonfly, and it's the green colour of that shoreline where it's shallow. It's starting to come in there, the midway between the golden water and the purple water. Atatatia kata okokoko, akata ia tatatata. And these are cosmic colours. They're not earthly colours. So they're holding a higher vibration than the earthly colours. If you open your heart, you can receive the energy of those colours whilst you're looking at the colours on the painting. Atata iatata, iatata iatatata, iata oto oto, iata atatata, iata atatata, iata otokoto, iata a. Right, what I'm seeing is the heart shape, and I'm seeing that heart imprint on the sand, the heart imprint that you make on the earth in the physical reality as you embody these codes and be physically on the earth. This is your imprint that you leave everywhere. Iata, iatata, iatakaka, iata atuko. Iata akokoko. Iata akatata, iata a. Seeing wings. Seeing wings on that shoreline as well. So as you're being washed clean, that tide's coming in. All your dreams are coming in on the tide and becoming physical on the earth. they're in the form of the angelic wings and hearts. Yep, so I'm feeling that grounding now through your midline, through your core, through your hara line. Your hara line is what connects you to heaven and earth, connects you to your heavenly program, what you're here for, and the earth where you action it. Atatititi katakako. Atiata iata a. Live it and be it. Let your dreams and your reality be one. And I'm seeing one as in one unit, like one movement, one unit. But I'm also seeing one as in you have one, W-O-N. You have won your dreams into manifestation. Yeah, oh, that's it. That feels so expansive. Oh, I hope you can feel those energies. They're so high vibrational, soft and loving and embodied. Really feel them through the heart and really through the energy field, in a wide expansive energy field, but grounded into the earth. Okay, so what you might find come up is any of those dark clouds might come into consciousness for you. Just allow them to drift away. See them drifting away as with your breath. Just as you breathe out, they're being blown away. You might feel some of those masculine aspects of how, why, like the doing. The feeling that there still needs to be things done to make it happen. If you can reassure the masculine that everything's taken care of, and you can put that into some kind of structured way, like a budget or something, it can really just help release that inflexibility so that you can drop into that inspiration that wants to come in to direct the actions. Because what's coming through is that there isn't anything to do right now. What we need to do right now is be. We need to be receptive and be in your joy. What you need to do are the things that bring you joy. That's what you need to do. You want to just relax that voice. Not criticize it, but relax the one that's trying to say, I need to make something happen that isn't joyful. Okay, so thank you everybody, and I hope you were able to receive all of those codes. It's a good idea to listen and watch a few times, because you receive a different level of it each time. You need to drink a lot of water, really listen to your body to help that integrate. And stay tuned for the next transmission. The next one is going to be really finishing that painting, finishing that sky, just clearing away those dark clouds, and just really also the unity of the soul family, or the soulmate, or the twin flame is coming in with that sculpture I'm making. So bring the light codes and the transmission for that next. Blessings everybody.